relationship with him. Because he's holy and they're sinners, they can't just approach him any old way they want. Just like if I live in D.C., if I went to the White House and I try to roll up on the president, they'd be like, you should fall back before you get shot. You're not worthy of it. But similarly, God is just allowing them to have a relationship with him, but they can't just roll up on him any way they want. Because he's holy and they're sinners. So they can't approach him like they would just anybody else, or even the false gods and idols that they've been worshiping. The way that they approach God is different. They're thinking, oh, I should do these kind of sacrifices, and even kind of weird, kind of sexual stuff that they would do to worship other gods. So God allows them to approach him in a specific God. You may worship me, you may approach me, but it's only going to be on my terms, the way that I lay out. But the God delivers the people of Israel from Egypt, gives them command, and then he gives them strict guidelines for worship. God told them to build a tabernacle, which is basically this tent thing, and he gave them this sacrificial system, and he gave them strict orders for how they could worship him and minister to him. So the slaughter and sacrifice of animals was a big part of Old Testament worship. All of God's people were commanded to do these kind of animal sacrifices in order to approach him. And with these sacrifices, they acknowledged their sin and their need for forgiveness, and the sacrifices reminded them how holy God was. These animals were meant to show them that when they sin, death is supposed to happen. When you sin, you're supposed to die, because the wages of sin is death. That sacrifice from that animal has to die because of their sin. It's supposed to die. The animals died instead of them. So these sacrifices were meant to be a part of our whole life. It was an obedience to God. So the place they can meet with God was that tabernacle. So yeah, God is everywhere. But God said, if you want to meet with me, you may meet with me. So, when Paul says we're to present our bodies to God as a living sacrifice, it should remind us of that sacrificial system. What the New Testament makes clear is that these sacrifices were never meant to be permanent. They were meant to point to the ultimate sacrifice, which is Jesus. Similar to the animals that had to be clean, the Lord Jesus was the perfect, sinless sacrifice. Hebrews tells us that this ultimate sacrifice of Jesus was slaughtered on the cross by sinful men. So once for all sacrifice, which means that it doesn't have to be done all the time. It doesn't have to be just one time. He stood in our place and he died. Sacrifice. And after 3 days, Jesus rose from the grave.